So that was just a brief coverage on related stats. We'll be getting into more of that when we actually look at replica sets and how the different stats transfer between primaries and secondaries and things like that. But that's just a brief coverage about some of the ones that tend to move in lockstep together. And then the final part that we're going to cover here is just how to create some dashboards. And why would you want to do that? Most of the time you're going to be happy enough with the host view or the replica set view, which we're going to get to in a second. Well, the reason for that is that sometimes you want to see, say across an entire sharded cluster, you want to see all of the write traffic on your primaries. And in fact, that's what we'll do for the first example. So let's just go to the dashboards tab. So it's down here on the left. We'll hit add chart. So as you can see, it's going to be a new dashboard. We're not appending to an existing one. We're going to create a new one. I'm going to say replica set none selected. We're going to leave that as is because we want to see the primaries on each replica set, each shard, as opposed to hosts within a particular replica set. You can see the two are listed there, S1 and S2. Leave that as is for now, none selected. The host type, this is where we're going to actually select a primary. So here we go. So now the primaries in any of the replica sets configured in this group will be showing up. We're going to leave group hosts and chart unticked. That would put them all on the one chart. We want to see them broken out. And let's give it a name. Now that we've selected the host type, we get a list of the available stats. So we're going to want op counters. That will actually show us the writes, the operations coming in. We will pick background flush average. That's how long it's taking us to actually flush that data to disk. Usually quite important when you want to see how your primaries are performing. Lock percentage, tracking to see if there's any lock contention. And then finally what we'll add in here is the journal stats. That will also give us a decent idea about the volume of data being written to the disk. With all those selected, we hit preview dashboard. And here you go. You've got background flush average for the primary in S1. You got background flush average for the, this is the one in S1, this is the one in S2. And that will repeat down through. We've got journal stats next. As you can see, this primary is not doing very much. This one has been doing some writing. The lock percentage, again, this one's seen some very small amount of lock percentage. This one's seen basically zero. The scales here are slightly off. This is 0.4%, this is 0.002%. So although this looks busier, the scales are different. So that's a key thing to remember. If you've got roughly the same amount of traffic across the two primaries, these will be very easy to compare. If not, you just want to keep an eye on the scale here. Make sure that you're actually aware of what you're measuring. Let's scroll down a little bit further, and here's the op counters. So as you can see, as you'd expect with the other stats, there's very little going on over here. Very few operations actually being done, few commands being run, that's about it. Whereas over here we've got periodic spikes, get mores as the secondaries take that data off, we've got updates, we've got queries, various other different bits and pieces. I'll get to what the various lines mean later on.